The province of the Eastern Cape is among some of the provinces in the country that are battling the containment of the foot and mouth disease that is found, or rather that is researched in the province in late 2025 last year, when a case was recorded in the Kis-Kamauk area. Currently, there's a widespread awareness that is being held by the Department of Rural Development and Agrarian Reform, which is calling for all farmers to make sure that they contain this virus by exercising precautionary measures to avoid the spread of foot and mouth disease. But to speak to us now further about, how has it been since the outbreak that was recorded in the province in December 2025 to this point, we speak to Mhlobo Mbane, who's the member of AFASA, African Farmers Association. So thank you very much for your time. Just speak to us about looking at how far it has gone from when the first case was recorded until now. How have things been?
Thank you very much, and afternoon to the viewers. We are not happy as farmers with the slow pace in terms of the availability of the vaccine. But now, since the president has actually announced it last week on the SONA, we are hopeful, but we need a concrete plan on how we're going to do it on the ground, because we can have awareness campaigns, there could be information transferred to the farmers, but the vaccines, if there is no vaccine availability, that's going to be a problem. As a country now, we're still relying on Botswana and Turkey and other countries like Argentina for the supply of the vaccine. But if the company, that which is ARC, can have a capacity within South Africa, there will be an impact. But we are losing as farmers, and there's a panic and widespread.
Draw us a picture of how things are currently looking. You African Farmers Association, you definitely have details around how this province of the Eastern Cape and the municipalities, particularly Raymond Mhlaba and others, how are they doing?
With the municipality, I think we've already conducted 2 awareness campaigns where we are targeting and sort of conveying information to the farmers on how to prevent it. But now there's a panic when it comes to the availability of the vaccine. Now, if it cannot be centralized and be in the hands of government and allow other role players like other pharmaceutical companies to supply the farmers, so that when I go to the local outlet in town, I will have an access to buy a vaccine. But now, if we're going to wait for government to actually supply, so that's going to be a problem. And we understand the system of governments. It's very slowly, and it's going to give us a challenge whilst we are struggling as farmers. And remember, this thing actually came up last year. That was May. Now it's February. This year, there's no availability of vaccine. So we are going to actually experience a lot of losses and job security.
Draw us in on the job security part. You were speaking to us earlier on about how some dairy, production companies here have retrenched or are starting to retrench people. Draw us a picture of what is that going like.
Remember, when we talk about the dairy industry, we have to be very strict when it comes to the biosecurity. In the communal land, you'll find that if we don't work together with the municipality and the police service and transport so that we contain the movement, we will actually experience some problems. But now when you speak about the dairy, it's a confined area. You have to make sure the movement and people that are getting in and outside, it has to be controlled. But now when it comes to our communities, there are no restrictions, there are no controls. But if you can talk to the police department and other stakeholders, so that we have to make sure community structures are involved, the community leaders, the chiefs. When someone wants to sell something to someone else, there should be some sort of permits that will be provided to those people, so that we know that on the road, when there's a movement of cattle, it's restricted and it's also controlled and monitored. Without those monitoring systems, there will be a problem.
Local farmers are also maybe not making money out of this. Take us through that.
Yeah, if, for example, we've got 18 guys that normally assist us on a weekly basis in terms of DPing, vaccinating. Just imagine if we lose all our livestock, how many people are going to lose their jobs, and farmers will actually go out. And remember, in the Eastern Cape, the only sector that actually contributes when it comes to rural economy is the agriculture. So the impact will be actually felt by the people who are unemployed within our communities, apart from the farmers. Yes, financially, as farmers will actually struggle because this is our business. But remember, with the bigger community that we are serving in terms of providing jobs, they will lose a lot of.